Hey everyone, and welcome back to your English fluency lesson. Now, we are still in unit number 1, but this is lesson number 19, which is all about describing locations. Now, I told you in the last lesson that describing locations is such a very important skill, and I'm excited to start this lesson. So, this is a great lesson not to skip. That's for sure. So let's go down and take a look at our very first sentence, which is the bank is next to the supermarket. The bank is next to the supermarket. Okay, let's smooth this out first. Okay, let's smooth it out first and find the pieces. The bank, the bank. Easy, right? The bank is. No, we can blend that. K and S, those will always kind of blend. So let's look at this. Bang kiz. Kiz. We put the K and the IS together. The bang kiz. The bang bang kiz, right? We just connect the K to the is. The bang kiz where? Next to. You knew that from before, right? We practiced this before. The T in the end of next and the T in the beginning of to, we can throw one away. So next to, easy blend. The bank is next to what? The bank is next to the supermarket. Those don't blend. Why? We are giving a direction. We are giving a clear place we need to go. Just like when we talk about time. Okay. Oh, I got a message. Just like when we talk about time, we do not blend times. We are very, very specific and we enunciate the times. The same thing is true when we give a specific location. Blend all the way up until the specific location. So let's take a look at this one more time. The bank is where? Next to, two pieces. Where? The supermarket. Three pieces. So repeat after me. The bank is next to the supermarket. The bank is next to the supermarket. That sounds nice, right? The bank is next to the supermarket. We can add more detail, but let's wait. Let's go to our next sentence and see what we have here. Okay, so take a look at sentence number 2. Okay. The library is across from the park. Let's try and blend this all nice and smooth, right? The library, see my tongue? I don't really bring it back in my mouth very far after the, right? If I just say the, it shoots in, the tongue goes in. But I know my next sound is an L, so I'm going to keep it close. The library. See that? Flat right here. And then watch when I touch for the L. I'm pushing on the back of my teeth, right? The library. Okay? So practice that movement to blend that out nice. The library, what? Is across. Is across from. So is across from is going to be together. That's one piece. So the library is across from. Yeah, nice and smooth, right? Is across from where? The park. Same thing. We're being specific with our location. So we're going to say the park. So the library is across from the park. Boom, boom, boom. 3 pieces, 3 circles. The library is across from the park. There's our timing, right? We've got our wave. The library is across from the park. Doom, 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 doom. Okay? So we have our perfect timing. Repeat after me. The library is across from the park. The library is across from the park. The library is across from the park. Hmm. Now, I didn't want to add any extra detail to the first one because if you think about it, our very first one said next to. We're giving a location. We're giving this detail next to. And this one gave us across from. So now let's add some more detail to this sentence since we have two examples of extra detail, right? So let's say the library, Libri, is across ACR from the park. Can't spell. Next to, where would the park be next to? The library is across from the park next to the supermarket. Next to the supermarket. Cool. So we're getting kind of like a triangle location. It's here next to here. Ah, I know where it is, right? So let's try and blend this one. We're going to add extra detail to our sentence. The library is across from the park next to the supermarket. Okay, we can do this. We can do this. It's not hard. We already know our first part. The library is across from the park. Now, when we have our next detail, we're going to enunciate this very clearly. The library is across from the park next to, same thing, same blend, but next to what? The supermarket. The supermarket, okay? So the library is across from the park next to the supermarket. When I give you this extra detail, I want you to know it's an extra detail. So I'm going to read it fluently for you just one time here. The library is across from the park next to the supermarket. Do you see how I emphasize the extra information? I show a separation from the first place and the second place so you don't get confused. My tone changed, and that's what I want you to do. So repeat after me. The library is across from the park next to the supermarket. Nice. The library is across from the park next to the supermarket. See, we emphasize, we raised up that little bit there, and it makes it so much easier for the person you're talking to understand where this place is, or where you're trying to go, or where you're trying to find, right? So, awesome. Easy way to add extra information. The more details we put in, I want you to delete, the more information we put in, the way we change our tone to differentiate them. Now, let's take a look at our third sentence, which is the restaurant is between the hotel and the store. We have two locations in this sentence. Wonderful. Which means when we add our extra information, we're going to ask a question. Okay? So let's practice this first. Let's blend it all nice and smooth. The. As I bring my tongue back from the, see how it dropped back? That's where we're going for the R sound anyways. The re. So we're trying to take advantage of this mechanic with our tongue, moving it back, moving it forward, up, down. So the restaurant, the restaurant, the restaurant. Nice. The restaurant, what? Second part. Is between, is between where, right? The restaurant is between where? The hotel and the store. That was weird. Let's take a look at that again. The restaurant is between the hotel and the store. There are 5 pieces. Normally, we blend and with the second thing, and the store, and the store. But when we are giving a direction, we want it to be super clear, no confusion. So we're going to say, and what? This other thing, okay? It's a clear break so you don't get confused. Repeat after me. The restaurant is between the hotel and the store. The restaurant is between the hotel and the store. Easy, right? We changed our tone a little bit. The restaurant is between the hotel and the store. And the store. We come up a little bit. Extra information. Now, let's add a question. We can say, you already know. What's the question? Where is the restaurant? We can make it a better sentence than that. Where is the restaurant on... Let's give a name for the road. Okay? Let's say it's on a road. I know the restaurant's on this road, but I don't know where. And I'm asking you, where on this specific road? So, where is the restaurant on Lincoln Drive? Not road, drive. Okay, Lincoln Drive. So, let's break this one down, blend it all together. Where is what? The restaurant, just like before, right? The restaurant. Where is the restaurant? Where is the restaurant on Lincoln Drive? On Lincoln Drive. Boom, boom, boom. Nice and clear enunciation. Not separate. On Lincoln Drive. On Lincoln Drive. You can hear the difference between those two. On Lincoln Drive. On Lincoln Drive. We carry that vibration and connect on Lincoln Drive. Okay? So we're still blending these words together, but we're clearly enunciating with that blend on Lincoln Drive. Nice. Okay. So now let's put this question all together. Repeat after me. Where is the restaurant on Lincoln Drive? Remember, we're asking questions, so our tone is up. Where is the restaurant on Lincoln Drive? Now let's put all of it together. We'll give the question and the answer. So it's going to be, where is the restaurant on Lincoln Drive? The restaurant is between the hotel and the store. So repeat after me. Where is the restaurant on Lincoln Drive? The restaurant is between the hotel and the store. That's a long one. It's a long one, right? But you can do it. You can do it. It's just piece and a piece and a piece, and we connect them nice and smooth. One more time. Where is the restaurant on Lincoln Drive? The restaurant is between the hotel and the store. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Let's move on to our fourth sentence, which is, the office is on the second floor. I can't even help it. I blend it naturally. Is on, is on. In my mind, is and on are just one word, is on. I don't think I ever find a reason to separate them. They're just a new word, is on. So let's blend this together. The office, the office is on. The office is, we're connecting office and is, the S sound at the end of office to is. The office is on, and now it's a Z, right? The office is on, is on, is on. We put it all together. The office is on the second floor. We're going to enunciate that very clear. It's our directions, right? The office is on the second floor. Repeat after me. The office is on the second floor. Let's say it a little faster. The office is on the second floor. Now, you should never have to go faster than that. To be actually honest with you, you should never have to speak faster than that one. And I would recommend not even trying to, because as I'm communicating with you, I'm communicating at a very comfortable speed. And I'm slower than that last one we just did. So you can do it. But remember, speed in English does not mean fluency. Speed means urgency or excitement. Okay? So saying things really fast, you're either really excited, like I love cookies, okay? Or you're afraid there's a bear, okay? So remember, the speed that we say things in English changes the meaning, okay? It really does. So be careful with that. Now, let's move on to our fifth sentence. I had to find it, couldn't find it. Our fifth sentence is the coffee shop is around the corner from the bookstore. This is a nice involved direction, thinking kind of like a map. We have to actually turn now. We have a change in direction. It's not on a same street or a road or a lane or a boulevard or all these other things, right? We're actually going to move, and that's what I want to do this time. We're going to add more detail to this one. So let's start with this. The coffee shop. Where? The coffee shop. Before, our where was at the end of the sentence, right? Um, where is it? The second floor, for example, on the last one, the second floor. We enunciate that, right? But here we're going to say where? The coffee shop. I lost it. The coffee shop is around. The coffee shop is around the corner. The coffee shop is around the corner. Is around the corner. Where? From the bookstore. From the bookstore. The coffee shop is around the corner from the bookstore. 3 pieces. From the bookstore. We're still enunciating even though we're blending with that vibration. From the bookstore. Cool. Repeat after me. The coffee shop is around the corner from the bookstore. Hmm. The coffee shop is around the corner from the bookstore. Perfect. Let's add a detail to this. So we're going to give a little bit more detail. So the coffee shop is around the corner from the bookstore. Let's use something we used from before. We are next to is so easy. We can say across from. Across from what? What's on the opposite street? What's on that opposite street? Across from. Mm, We need a landmark. We can't just say another store unless it's like a famous store. Supermarkets are big. People usually know where a supermarket is. They usually know where the park in the city is. They usually know where, like, we could give a name, like the Walmart is, or the Target is, or something like this, the Carrefour. Okay? So let's give something like that. Let's say, mm, I'm so bad at shopping. I don't know. I don't wanna say Walmart. I really don't wanna say Walmart. Let's say, what's a big shopping center? What is a big shopping center where you live? I don't even know. My brain is falling apart here. Fine. We will say Walmart, okay? I don't wanna say Walmart, but we will. Across from Walmart. Cool. Now, let's put this all together. The coffee shop is around the corner from the bookstore across from Walmart. Okay? So you can picture it in your mind. Now let's finish that last part. Around the corner from the bookstore, we have to change our tone. Across from Walmart. Across from Walmart. Across from Walmart. That was pretty easy, right? So let's put all of this together now. The coffee shop is around the corner from the bookstore across from Walmart. Hmm. The coffee shop is around the corner from the bookstore across from Walmart. Now, if I was giving this direction, I would physically move. I would physically show it's across from it. I talk with my hands, as you know, right? But like I use it to show more. It gives more emphasis to what you're trying to explain, right? It's across from this thing. You're going to go around the corner and there's a bookstore here, but is it the right one? Oh, yeah, it's across from Walmart. This is the right bookstore. I get it. Okay. So let's go to our sixth sentence, which is The museum is next to the post office and across from the park. Kind of like the one we just did, right? Because it's useful. Let's put all of this together nice and fluently. The museum, the museum is next to, never forget that one, is next to. It just is the only way you say that, right? Just like is on, is next to, is next to. Now we enunciate the post office, the post office, right? The post office, office, the post office, okay? Now we have our second part, so we change our tone again. So the post office and across from, and across from the park, across from the park, from the park, and across from the park. Cool. Let's put it all together. Repeat after me. The museum is next to the post office and across from the park. The museum is next to the post office and across from the park. That's actually a really good direction. We don't want to add too much because it can get confusing if you add too many details. Think about it this way. This one had 2 location points to help the person find this museum. Okay. Now let's say that person is still confused. They will ask you more. Can you give me some more information? And then you could say, well, that post office is on a street. So let's add this up. We could say, the museum is on the post office. There we go. The museum is next to the post office on Chris Road and just across from the Central Park. We're being more specific now. We gave a name to it. We gave a road it's on. So let's try and blend this one all together. The museum is on, oh, sorry. I looked at the next part. The museum is next to the post office, same as we had before. The museum is next to the post office on Chris Road, on Chris Road, on Chris Road, on Chris Road. So the museum is next to the post office on Chris Road and just to cross, and just across from, reduced it all, right? Just across from the Central Park, enunciate it, okay? So the museum is next to the post office on Chris Road and just across from the Central Park. Beautiful. Repeat after me. The museum is next to the post office on Chris Road and just across from the Central Park. Don't forget to change your tone, okay? One more time. The museum is next to the post office on Chris Road and just across from the Central Park. Outstanding. Yeah, directions. It's really some levels to it, right? We changed our tone. We changed how we blended things. We still blended things, but some things we blended and enunciated really clearly with that vibration blend, right? It's still connected speech, but not as dirty as the other stuff, okay? So you could tell when we had a specific thing, we still blended, but we enunciated better. Now, Our next lesson, lesson number 20, is going to be talking about health. Like, are you healthy? Are you sick? Something like that. So that would be a great lesson. I think they're all good lessons. I don't know. Maybe I'm just proud of my work, but I think they're great lessons. So I hope you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed it. If it was easy, let me know. If it was difficult, ask me questions. Okay. And, try to think if you were going to tell me where your favorite restaurant is, or where you live or something. Think about how you would explain that to me because I've never been there. So I will see you for the next lesson. Goodbye.